I'm going to be handing over to Minister Hariat to close this event. And I would like at this point to invite you to come to the podium. And I have learnt one little phrase which I'd like to pass on. I hope I get it right. Sampia Jumpa, which means until we meet again.
Excellencies, Mrs. Patricia Francis, Executive Director, ITC, Wakil Menteri Pak Bayu, distinguished representative of international organization, distinguished delegates and guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the Government of Indonesia, it is my pleasure to provide the closing remarks for this World Export Development Forum 2012. Let me begin by thanking Mrs. Patricia Francis and our partners for today's event, the International Trade Center, for helping us organize this important forum. With the International Trade Center's assistance, we have indeed been fortunate in that so many distinguished and knowledgeable guests from around the world have been able to join in the discussion. We have all benefited from them sharing their thoughts on how to better integrate growth market into the world economy. I am sure you will all agree that the discussion have been stimulating and that the ideas exchange can help us all chart a path forward for linking growth markets, not only with developed countries' economies, but also, perhaps more importantly, with the transition and developing economy member of ITC. As mentioned by Indonesia President, His Excellency President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono in his opening remarks on Monday, the growth market of the developing world will continue to gain in significance over the medium to long terms. This forum has helped us understand some of the implications of this and how this remarkable growth story can be channeled into inclusive and sustainable development outcomes. Critically, we now appreciate that the level of interconnectedness between trading partners are higher than they have ever been. On Monday, delegates began with discussion on the importance of emerging market and of South-South trade, which has been expanding rapidly. It was noted that much of it is still in intermediate good, with the final product destined for the North. Building on the opening remarks of the President, three critical factors to intra-regional and inter-regional integration were identified in the first plenary session, namely improving trade facilitation, addressing non-tariff measures, and making the supporting services competitive. It was recognized that capacity building is crucial and that ITC plays a significant role in this regard. In addition, the Trade Minister of Indonesia highlighted the need for confidence building, saying that we need to get to know each other more in order to further advance South-South trade. The importance of trade facilitation was reinforced in the following session, which also discussed the broader challenge of connectivity. Here, the three pillars of hardware, software, and people-to-people linkages were highlighted as necessary components. An interesting issue that emerged during the session is the relationship, or perhaps tension, between industrial policy and the trade agenda, particularly of transnational corporations. While it was recognized that enhancing trade facilitation is necessary, particularly in the context of global supply chains or trade in tasks, the need to assist countries to move up the value chain was emphasized as well. I think this is very related to the observation made by the Secretary General of UNTAC earlier about the risk of developing countries being caught in traditional roles and the need to diversify, address NTMs, and to frame appropriate investment policies in different ways. The parallel session and the general session on Indonesia MP3EI provided the opportunity to discuss the issues and challenges as experienced on the ground. I think that these sessions are most informative and provide the best opportunity to learn from each other. Private sector concern in having clear regulatory frameworks and criteria for project selection in PPP schemes, simplifying administrative procedures, assistance in complying with NTMs, freedoms of data movement, and internet access for SMEs, and anti-competitive practices in telecommunication services were examples of excellence feedback from the private sector, which we in government should be aware of and address. On the second day, the forum started with a focus on the role of trade and commodity supply chains in achieving food security. We got the perspective from countries of diverse size, and just like in the session the day before, we also looked at the public-private roles. There was an appreciation of the need to better integrate supporting services into commodity supply chains and facilitate greater engagement with smallholders, producers, and small and medium-sized enterprises. Discussions were productive and led to practical suggestions with which to improve supply chains, not only for the purposes of trade, but also for greater regional and global food security as well as food safety. Sharing research results and market information, regular dialogue with all stakeholders, and reducing cost margins by removing transport bottlenecks were some of the ideas exchanged. With an enhanced understanding of supply chains, weaknesses, and opportunities, decision makers gathered here for this important forum will be better placed to tailor policy and regulatory frameworks. Another important issue that drew attention on day 2 was the need for many developing and least developed countries to move their export up the value chain. We noted that it is still unfortunate that the export composition of many developing and least development countries, LDCs, is still dominated by low value-added raw materials. The parallel session that followed looked into how the small producer, SMEs, and other actors could benefit from innovative approaches, communication, and adapted traditional technologies, as well as support services. Problems and the solution range from the relatively simple to the more complex development of high-tech IT platform for commodities exchanges. From the various discussion, we can see that there is clearly a role for the government to fix market values and address missing market. But it is also important to recognize and manage government values by improving coordination, say, among trade and tourism promotion offices, simplifying procedures, reducing burdensome requirements, and other regulatory impediments. Over the course of the last 2.5 days, the forum also examined many other important issues, such as how to promote services export, how to increase participation in government and corporate procurement for women business owners, and how to improve access to finance for emerging market exporters, especially SMEs. This discussion all contributed to an enhanced understanding of how policymakers need to craft and implement policies with input from the private sector and civil society on how to channel the dynamism of the growth market for the benefit of our people. In this regard, an emerging theme that cut across all the discussion of the forum was an acknowledgement that developing and transition economies need to find our own solution to building networks and encouraging South trade. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope that delegates have found the discussion stimulating and thought-provoking. No doubt, new insights and innovative ideas have emerged. The challenge now is to translate our deliberation into concrete initiative and partnership. For our part, the government of Indonesia will continue to engage various stakeholders in developing policy and strategy. I encourage all of you to work with your respective government to do the same. I thank you for your attendance at this World Export Development Forum and wish you all well in taking the next step to linking growth market and ensuring the new dynamics in international trade deliver outcomes that are beneficial to us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Hidayat, Minister of Industry of the Republic of Indonesia, for the closing remarks. And ladies and gentlemen, the World Export Development Forum 2012 is now concluded. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to extend our gratitude to all speakers for their contribution to our deliberations, and to all participants. We thank you all for your presence and participation, and we hope that the results of this forum will bring a large contribution to the global trade. And thank you very much.